Hey everyone, I'm Andy and welcome to another episode of Easy Tiki Drinks. And today on the channel, we're going to be doing something completely different. I'm going to make an original cocktail on camera. We're going to workshop this, meaning I just have an idea in my head. I don't know how this is going to turn out, and we're going to go on this adventure together. Sound good? Fantastic. Today, we're going to be making a riff on a Singapore Sling, I think. We'll see what happens. So, let's do this. Now, before you ask, Andy, why are you workshopping, straw, runaway straw, stay. Andy, why are you workshopping a drink on camera? Shouldn't you just make the drink off camera, workshop it there, present us with the final product? And you're right, I probably should, but I'm not going to. I want to try this. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, the idea for this video came about for a few reasons. One, a bunch of you have been asking for non-rum based tiki cocktails. So, great, we'll start there. Secondly, somebody asked me, how would I do a Singapore Sling? And I said, well, first of all, the original Singapore Sling, what we get presented now at the Raffles Hotel where it was invented, is overly sweet, sugary, kind of tastes like cough syrup. And honestly, all the Singapore Sling recipes call for two ingredients that I don't have. One is cherry hearing, a cherry liqueur, and the other one is Benedictine, something I also don't have. Here's the deal. While I can get those two things, I'm not gonna go out and buy 2 bottles for a single cocktail. So, I then posed the question to myself, can I make a cocktail that is based off the Singapore Sling, that preserves the same essence as the Singapore Sling, but doesn't use cherry hearing or Benedictine, and still make it good? Well, that's the task for today, so we're gonna find out. As I mentioned, my goal with this cocktail is to preserve the essence of the Singapore Sling, but use it with ingredients that I have here. So let's take a look at it. Let's break it down. What is the Singapore Sling? Well, the Singapore Sling, there are multiple different recipes for it, but essentially what we're looking at is a gin-based cocktail that may or may not have brandy, based around cherry hearing or a cherry liqueur with some type of herbal liqueur, typically Benedictine. It's got a base citrus of lemon, and then typically it's topped off with soda water to lengthen it out. That's typically what we look at for a Singapore Sling. All right, so I think crafting this cocktail, we can keep the gin base from the Singapore Sling. So let me grab my gin. Now, some Singapore Sling recipes do have brandy in them. I do happen to have a cognac, so we'll grab that. Okay, so far so good. Cherry hearing. What do I do with that? Cherry. I don't really have anything that's like cherry based. I do have something that people think is cherry based, and that's actually really what spawned the idea for this cocktail. So we're gonna use Grenadine. And in fact, BG Reynolds was super kind enough to send me over a sample bottle of their Grenadine, so we're gonna use that. So Grenadine. I think we can keep the lemon base, so we'll grab our lemon juice. And I think that's a good place to start. So we're gonna move this out of the way. So this is really how I do all the workshopping for any of my original cocktails. I have an idea. The idea is, can I make a Singapore Sling or something close to it or based off of it with what I have available? Cool. Then I start looking at the individual ingredients and what do I need to replace, or what flavor profile am I going for? We're going for gin and lemon and a stone fruit. Okay, cool, like how do we go from there? And then I start playing with different ingredients. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start building this cocktail. I'm gonna taste it kind of along the way, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this together. So first, I know the Singapore Sling typically has about an ounce of lemon juice, so I think starting there is a great place. So we're gonna grab an ounce of lemon juice. Now, if you notice, I'm not doing any close-ups for this video because honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm literally making up on the fly. When I do the close-ups, since I'm a one-man show, I will film those close-ups, that B-roll, before I actually make the cocktail, and then I'll make the cocktail. Here, I'm just making the cocktail, so I can't, I'm one person. I'm behind the camera. I can't go shoot the camera, do slow-mo, so here we are. Now, the original Singapore Sling does include an ounce of cherry hearing. An ounce of Grenadine may be a little much. So what I'm gonna do, and this is typically, again, how I start, we're gonna go for a smaller amount and then work our way up if need be. So I think starting off with maybe half an ounce of Grenadine might be a good place. We'll go 3/4. Yeah, we'll go 3/4 of an ounce of Grenadine to start. All right, Benedictine. What am I gonna replace Benedictine with? It's like an herbal liqueur that has like 1,000 different herbs and spices in it. It's a unique flavor profile that like, there's not even a single bottle that can replace it. So what can I do that's gonna add spice and some herbal notes? You know what? We're gonna pull an old Don the Beachcomber trick. We're gonna use Angostura and Absinthe. So let me grab my Angostura. I'm gonna use 1 dash of Angostura Bitters. Add some spice into this cocktail, help balance out that grenadine. And I'm gonna grab my Absinthe. And we're gonna go with like 8 drops or 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is about the size of this bottle cap of Absinthe. Perfect, there we go. All right, I think helping to round this out, maybe go with like 1/2 ounce of Cognac. I think the barrel notes will really help work really well with that grenadine. So we'll go with 1/2 ounce of our Cognac, our Pierre Ferrand's 1840, sorry. And then for the gin, I think maybe 1.5 ounces should be good. Yeah, sounds good to me. And I think the kind of hibiscus, orange flower, blossom water kind of note of the BG Reynolds Grenadine is going to pair really well with the botanicals of our London dry gin here. All right, so there's part of the cocktail where we're at so far. Let's add some ice. Let's shake it up. Let's try this. In fact, the Sling should probably be served with cubed ice, so I'm gonna go grab that right now. I'll be right back. So why cubed ice? Well, we're gonna be topping this off or lengthening it out with soda water, and if we kind of put all the ingredients in and then add the soda water, it's just gonna sit on top because of the crushed ice. So we're gonna go with cubed ice so that it can mix a little bit better. And I'll actually show you a trick of how I make sure that the soda water is mixed even better that I do at the bar. So yeah, let's grab some cubed ice, throw it in our tin here, dump our cocktail in, give a nice little whack, and then we're gonna whip shake. With cubed ice, typically you'd go a little bit longer, but we aren't straining this. It's gonna stay on the cube, so we'll go like 8 to 10 seconds. All right, crack that open. Now, let's see, where are we at here? Let's give this a try. It's not bad, actually. You know what though? I actually think I want a little bit more grenadine. So we're gonna go with another 1/4 ounce of grenadine. And now, it's not that this cocktail is overly sweet, because I don't think it is, but it's a little bit one note. I feel like we need a little bit more spice to kind of kick things up a notch. Need more spice. You know what? Why don't we go with like 1/4 ounce of Allspice Dram? That'll also help kind of add in kind of some of these herbal notes I think that we're missing from the Benedictine. So we're just gonna go with a little bit of Allspice Dram, not like even a scant 1/4 ounce is probably, yeah, gonna be enough. That Allspice Dram goes a long way. All right. Let's cap this off, we'll shake it again. All right, let's see where we're at now. Oh yeah, that's way better. So now what I'm gonna show you is how I make sure that the seltzer water or the soda water or club soda, whatever you wanna call it, is mixed thoroughly into this cocktail. Based upon the rough volume that I've got so far, I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna need about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of soda water to top this thing off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my seltzer water from my soda stream and I'm gonna pour it into the glass now. About there should be good. And that'll make sure that I've got enough, like that'll make sure that this gets mixed super well when I pour this cocktail in. So now we pour the cocktail in, and as you can see, it's already mixing. Trying to make sure I get much of the liquid in here. Awesome, perfect. An ice cube left over, but that's fine. And there we have it, our Singapore Sling riff. Now, Normally with a Singapore Sling, I'd do something like a maraschino cherry and a lime wedge, a lemon wedge. I don't have any lemons on me. You know what? Let's go with some classic stuff here, like mint should probably be good. I got some mint sprigs over here. So we'll wake those up, stick those right in the back. I do have a maraschino cherry, so we can definitely go with that. Let's grab our straw here, stick that bad boy right in there. And then we have it, our Singapore Sling variation. So what did we end up with? We ended up with a dash of Angostura Bitters, an eighth of a teaspoon of Absinthe, a full ounce of lemon juice, a quarter ounce of Allspice Dram, a full ounce of Grenadine, half an ounce of Pierre Ferrand's Cognac, and an ounce and a half of Ford's London Dry Gin. Let's give it a try. And then we topped all that off with soda water. That is light, that is crisp, that is refreshing. The pomegranate, the herbal notes, the floral notes from the gin, all that's really coming through. I actually don't know if we needed the cognac. Probably could have got rid of that and maybe up the gin to about 2 ounces. I think that would have been fine too. But either way, this is actually a really good cocktail. It's super light, super refreshing. While it is not a Singapore Sling, I think it's actually pretty close, to be honest. So yeah, what are we gonna call this thing? You know what? I know what we're gonna call this. So since this is mainly grenadine, that's the base ingredient for this cocktail that we really wanted to shine. It's made from pomegranates. I know pomegranates are grown in California, so we're gonna call this a Sacramento Sling. Yeah. So there you have it, everyone. The Sacramento Sling, a tiki drink that we literally just created on camera, workshop through, and here we are. I'm actually pretty pleased with it. If you go and make this cocktail, please let me know what you think. I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. That's it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, click that little notification bell. Follow me over on Instagram and TikTok @EasyTikiDrinks. And that's it for today. Till next time, take it easy.